So here we go. We're going to center this clay up. I'm going to do a little cone and dome just for review. So squeeze and lift. But for those of you just tuning in, we are making a cylinder. We're starting this form as a cylinder, and we're going to collar in the top and turn it into a jug. So I just pulled the slope in. Now I'm going to squeeze and lift again. So I'm centering the clay. This is using the coning and doming technique. There's my slope. Pull that in one more time. And squeeze and lift one more time. Raise your hand if you're seeing something already. Like, oh, I wasn't doing that. Raise your hand. Anybody? Everybody got this? What? Yeah, I'm just centering it. Everybody can center? Everybody's good with centering. Okay. And just for review again, by the way, how are you with your cylinder throwing skills? A 5 means I got this. I can throw a cylinder with my eyes closed. 0 means I cannot throw a cylinder if it were to save 100 puppies' lives. Okay, so Sergio, watch closely. The hammer. Add pressure with the side hand until the clay rises. Then add the top hand. So again, this is a review on how to center. Gently release. Pull my slope in. Let's try that hammer one more time. Add pressure with the side hand until the clay rises. Then add the top hand. Gently release. And if you're centering, you're doing everything right, but it still has a little bit of wiggle to it. Most of the time, the problem is you're taking your hands off too quick. Okay, so my clay is centered. Now I'm going to go through the next step. So cross my thumbs at the first knuckle. The heel of my thumb goes in the bullseye. I'm going to start squeezing down. I'm going to go about 1/3 to halfway. It's about as far as I can go before my thumb won't bend that way. Then I'm going to switch out to double-double at 30 degrees. Continue opening. And by the way, how are you guys getting to this step? Thumbs up means, yeah, I can do that. Thumbs down, I cannot get to that step. Thumb sideways, I'm 50-50. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of thumbs up. So, telling me we're so far so good. So I've opened as far as I need to go. I'm about 1/4 inch, about that far from the wheel head. And now I'm going to open the flat bottom. So double-double back in the bullseye. Can you see, Trey?
Yes.
I'm going to curl and pull out a flat level bottom. Ready? Set. Curl. Okay, that's part 1. Now I'm going to open the flat level bottom. That's part 2. How wide do I go? Depends on how wide I want the bottom of my jug. Okay, ready? Go. I'm going to stop right about there, because that's about as far as I want, or as wide as I want the bottom of my jug. Okay, flatten the bottom. Make sure the bottom's nice and flat, even and compressed. Alright, now I'm ready for what big move here, folks?
Roll over.
What?
Roll over.
One more time?
Roll over.
A rollover. Okay, here comes my rollover. Ready? Set? Roll. How are you doing with your rollovers, guys? Thumbs up, I got it every time. Thumbs down, I fail every time. Thumbs sideways, I'm 50-50. Okay, now we're starting to get hit or miss. Can I do that one more time? Let me back it up. By the way, remember, if you mess up, you can always ask for a backup here. Okay, I'm going to do this 2 more times. This time I want you to focus on my outside hand. What is my outside hand doing? Ready? Set, roll. It's moving straight up and in. That's the outside hand. Let's do it again. Did you say you're watching, Asia? I'm glad you're watching. Both of you. Alright. That was my outside hand. Now watch the inside hand. Notice that this part of my finger, see it? Everybody touch that part of your finger right now on your left hand. That part of my finger is going to ride the inside wall. As the walls close up, my finger has to move with the wall. Ready? Set, go. Watch this hand. Ready? Go. See, I'm tilting in. I'm staying on the wall. I'm moving with it. all the way to the top. Now my fingertip is still down in the bottom. Stayed there the whole time. Now I can take it out. That is the rollover. Now I'm ready to move on. I'm going to squeeze and pull 3 times. First pull, second pull, third pull. Here we go. From the starting position, each time. Starting position you will remember is inside middle finger right here at 4 o'clock. Outside middle finger at 4 o'clock. Everybody else, relax. Ready, set, squeeze in that slope until I see a shadow. And there is the shadow I've been looking for. And now I'm ready to pull. Ready, set, lift. So I'm lifting both hands together, keeping my inside hand higher than my outside hand as I go up. Come off of the top. All right, that was pull number 1. Here comes number 2. Ready, set, squeeze. And by the way, I have to get my elbow up now. Also my thumb. I'm going to tuck my thumb in. So my inside fingers are doing this. You guys okay? Okay, ready, set, lift.
The way you said that's the shadow I've been looking for was really funny.
I'm happy that you were entertained today. See? Keep coming to school and you'll have more satisfying experiences. Okay, third pull. See there's that slope? I'm going to turn it back into that shadow I've been looking for. Squeeze and lift. I feel like I'm getting a little too tall for a jug. I forgot, this is going to be a head jug, right? Face jug.
Well, hey, it could be like signs where like you put horns on it, like just like white eyes in the middle, and then you can
I did say that, didn't I?
Mr. Benson,
Okay, well this will be that one.
Mr. Benson,
Yes?
I dare you to,
I'm not taking dares on the demo,
no,
but
I
thank you.
just,
I'm making a jug.
when you make that, make a double-shaped, face.
Okay, well, we're just making the jug right now, but I'll consider that. Thank you, Sergio. All right, so I'm going to shape this jug. It's a cylinder right now, right? Now I'm going to shape it. I'm going to belly it out in this section. I'm going to bring it in for the shoulder and the neck and the lip, okay? Should I collar it a little bit right now? Yeah, just a little. But I don't want to go more than that because I still need to get my hand inside, right? So hand inside. This is shaping and scraping. Watch my move here. My inside hand is going to bring the shape out. My outside hand with my rib tool is going to control the shape. Okay, now I'm going back in. I'm going to kind of stop right there. So that's out here, and I'm going to come in up here. Or should I go out more? Out a little more? Okay, let's go out a little more. Let's do that one more time. See, I went a little. Go a little at a time. Here we go. Getting a little wider. Keep the curve. You guys remember when we made constant curve bowls in the beginning class? Remember how I said you had to keep the curve? Keep the curve. Keep the curve. The curve is strong. Alright, so my curve is still there. Now I'm going to start bringing in the neck. This is the shoulder, right? Let's bring in the neck. This is collaring. Ready? Just a little bit of a squeeze and a lift. Again, a little at a time. You don't squeeze the whole thing in all at once. Okay? Again, I'm not starting down here because I don't want to collar this part, right? This is where I want it. Here, I need to come in. So here's my question, guys. Ready? As I squeeze, as I collar in, is this wall getting thicker, thinner, or staying the same?
Thicker.
One more time. Think about this carefully. As I bring the walls in, as these walls get narrower, as the form gets narrower, do the walls get thicker, thinner, or stay the same?
Thicker.
They get thicker. As I stretch the belly out, does the wall get thinner, thicker, or stay the same? It stays thinner. If I'm stretching the clay out, it's going to get thinner. If I'm bringing it back in, it's going to get thicker. Okay? So if I just made this wall thicker, can I go in and do another pull?
Yes.
Yeah, I can. So I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to get my finger down to about this spot and do my little pull. It's going to give me a little more height. And I'm being real careful to keep my lip on center. Because anytime you're collaring, if you have a wiggle in your lip, if your lip is off center, if you have any cylinder, if you have a wobble and you collar it in, Is that wobble going to get bigger, smaller, or stay the same? It's going to get bigger every time. So try to make sure you don't have a wobble. Okay, let's collar one more time. Collaring. It's getting kind of skinny, so I'm going to use kind of my fingertips here. Bring the lip in. Okay, let's go again. Again, the less skin, the better. So I'm not doing this. That's too much skin. Just the edges. And when it's thin enough, I can just use my fingertips. How are you with this step? Thumbs up, I got this. Home run every time. I hit it out of the park. Thumbs down is I fail, or I've never even attempted this. Thumbs sideways, I'm 50-50. Okay. Raise your hand if you've seen me do something that you missed on the first demo or you forgot about. What is it I'm doing, Blake?
Making a cylinder and then forming it.
Yeah, remember, this started as a cylinder. I bellied it out and colored it in. I bellied it out here. I colored it in at the top. Let's check the thickness again. Oh, it's a little thick again. From coloring, I can do another little mini pull. Okay, and I'm close to being done here, so I'm thinking about the shape of this lip. I want it to have a jug shape, right? Like something that a cork might go in. Because before Tupperware, this is what people kept their stuff in. Does that feel juggy enough? Is that neck too tall? Feels kind of like a bottle, doesn't it? Let me trim this down a little bit.
Can I keep that part you just chopped off?
What do you want to do with it, Danny?
I don't know, attach it onto one that I messed up.
Ah, I see. I see the way your mind works, Danny. Okay, that's pretty much the shape. I'm just going to refine it a little bit with my rib tool. I'm not making any big changes here. Just little refinements. Just cleaning it up a little.
Can I have that?
Can't afford it.
Can I have your shoes?
Yeah.
I would actually trade my shoes for that.
What size are you, Trey?
These are, these are 10 and a half.
10 and a half, that's my size.
Let's go. Wait, my socks are embarrassing. They're mismatched.
All right, so I'm pretty done here. Do you guys want to see this belly come out more, or are you okay with this? Okay, good, because I should have done that before I closed it up. I can't really do anything to the inside now that it's this closed, right? But look, I got this slope down here. I want to take that off. See that slope? Watch how I do this. You can do this too. I didn't have to squeeze that all out. I can just cut it off. I'm going to take the point of my modeling tool. And slice on down. Let's get a little bit more. And now I'm just going to carefully scrape this out. And one more pass with the modeling tool. Does that look like a jug?
Are you gonna keep it?
Yeah.
Should I? I'm going to trade Trey for his shoes, he said.
Delightful.
So, by the way, these metal rib tools, if you want to try one, just ask. I'll let you borrow it. I don't pass these out because they're a little dangerous.
But I'm okay with
But what I like about these is they're flexible. See how they bend? I can bend it to the shape I want that curve. We want it to be roundish because remember we're going to make these into heads. Okay, there's a jug. All right, anybody notice what did I do now, just now, that you didn't see the first time? Raise your hand if you saw something. Were you not here for that demo? I don't think you were here. Were you, Danny?
No, I was. I just can't make it.
the mini pulls. Once I start collaring, remember the wall's getting thicker, so you can do another pull out of there. Okay? Did you notice I started collaring pretty low? You know, some things I've seen beginners do or first timers do is they collar just the very top, then they have nothing to really grab. You want to have some lip at the top, right? You don't want it to be too skinny at the top. You guys ready to try this out?
No.
Sure.
Okay, thank you, audience. Thank you.